Once upon a time, in the deep south of Morocco, where the sea gently kisses the golden dunes, lived a little boy named Fadel. He was small in size, but immense in heart. Every day, alongside his father Hassan, he learned a new virtue: generosity, sharing, kindness. This is the story of the little fisherman with the big heart, a child who gave so much even when he had very little. Every morning, Fadel followed his father to the sea. Still half asleep, he proudly carried his little wicker basket. The sun rose behind the dunes, bathing his face in a golden glow. To Fadel, it was the most beautiful moment in the world. In their small village, everyone knew Fadel. He greeted every fisherman, every neighbor, every child. He wasn't wealthy, but he carried the hospitality of the desert and the gentleness of the sea. His smile alone was enough to brighten anyone's day. When the little boat finally glided across the water, Fadel closed his eyes to feel the wind on his face. He liked to think the sea was a great friend, sometimes calm, sometimes wild, but always beautiful. One afternoon, two tourists arrived in the village, exhausted by the heat and the long distances. They had lost their way in the maze of dunes and were looking for help. Fadel was the first to run toward them, his smile like an oasis. As always, Hassan invited the strangers to his table. Grilled fish seasoned with tomatoes and onions, warm bread, mint tea. In their home, nothing was counted. Everything was shared, especially with those in need. And Fadel served the bread with pride, like a true little host. The next day, Fadel showed them the right path. He walked ahead with the determination of those who know the desert well. His father often told him, "When you know, you share." And Fadel always shared. But one day, the desert grew angry. A violent wind rose, lifting mountains of sand. In seconds, the sky turned orange, then almost black. The storm was coming. Through the dust, Fadel spotted a lost silhouette. Without hesitation, he ran toward it, eyes half closed, guided more by his heart than by his sight. Small in size, but so big in courage. He managed to bring the traveler back to their small cabin. Inside, Fadel's father served hot tea. Their home was modest, very modest, but it became a refuge for anyone who needed one. When the storm calmed, the traveler tried to offer money as thanks, but Fadel gently shook his head. "Helping is already a gift from heaven," he simply said. Hassan placed his hand on his son's head and said, "My child, true wealth is not what we keep, it's what we give." Fadel smiled. He understood. He had always understood. As evening fell, Fadel watched the sun sink into the ocean. He was just a little fisherman, but his heart was wider than the sea. And that is the story of the little fisherman with the big heart, a humble and generous child from the Moroccan South, reminding us that kindness doesn't wait for age, and that sometimes the smallest hands achieve the greatest deeds. Everything begins with education. And you, watching this, what value or virtue would you like to share with us? If you have one, we'd be happy to discover it in the comments. Until the next story, goodbye.